Welcome.
I don't know where we're gonna particularly start this, but this is the first official Basement Boys podcast.
Wow.
Hello.
Holy
So
moly.
this is pretty big. So we have a bunch of shit we want to talk about, but
Well, before we do that,
yeah.
we got to introduce the people here.
Oh yeah, we have to introduce.
This is a
people,
podcast.
yes.
You got to say
That's
who's
true.
here.
This is a podcast. So on this podcast we have Matthew, we have Justin, and we have our boy Diaz.
Mac Miller. Oh.
Mac, shut the fuck up! Literally, why do you have to do that? My man's just died. He just died of a drug overdose.
It's okay. We
Do you have any
it.
respect?
Rob.
Any respect?
I don't have respect for the dead.
All right, we're off to a good start. We're off to a good start. So
we out here. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Let's talk about the most important topic first.
Yeah, the most important topic.
Dudes jumping downstairs.
Fucking dudes. Oh wait, no. Time out. I wanted to start off actually on the topic of carbonaro.
Carbonaro.
Yeah, this was a pretty integral part to.
Are we really gonna start the very first conversation of the entire podcast?
I wouldn't say it's particularly on carbonaro, but I'd say
just wizards in general.
On wizards and the supernatural. That's kind of what I wanted our first podcast to be.
Yeah, no, that sounds
because
fun.
Myths, legends, and those stories.
Legends
and the Carbonaro effect.
And the Carbonaro effect, yes.
More powerful
Diaz,
than all of them put together.
Diaz, have you seen the Carbonaro effect on True TV?
I've seen very few episodes. Not impressed. Had to shut it off.
Not impressed. I would say not impressed either.
That's very fair, honestly.
In the world of the living, there's a lot of very intangible concepts, things that kind of cross between the realm of reality and dreams, and that's what I would put Carbonaro as. I'd put him as somewhere in the middle.
A true specter.
As a true specter,
A mysterious man.
He's a being that's beyond comprehension, but not beyond.
Like that one time where he crushed an egg against his leg and it shot shit everywhere.
And shot fucking.
And the girl was like,
shot
"What
white
is this?
jizz out of his leg."
I can't believe you shot that white stuff out of your leg.
Yeah, that was a pretty iconic episode. I remembered that. Yeah.
Sounds like you guys are big fans of the Carbonaro effect.
Not particularly.
No.
Justin? Oh.
Not at all.
I wouldn't say in the slightest. In fact, I'd say that I'm more than a fan. I'd say I'm a believer.
Okay. We out here believing the Carbonaro.
I'll tell you why I'm a believer right now, okay? There's one episode of the Carbonaro effect, I shit you not. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking he might be even in the Dick's sporting goods that's by my house. Now I'll tell you, I've already stood up.
Wait, is it New
I'm
Yorker?
I'm out of my chair. I don't fucking know.
I've been already out of my chair. Time.
Okay, cool. I'm already out of my chair as a staple
pacing.
of how we talk.
Yeah.
So he was at a Dick's Sporting Goods with some random African American woman who was working there, and they were talking about tents and shit, and they had to set up a tent. And by the time they opened the tent, out of nowhere, lo and behold, there was a fucking owl in the middle of the tent. You expect me to believe they fucking packaged an owl in a tent, and when they opened it, it was just there? Carbonaro. Yes. Michael Joseph Carbonaro. One of the two names. What are you trying to tell? What do you mean?
The universe.
What do you
fucking
mean?
The favorite part is when he starts T-posing in the middle of the store.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to that, dude. That's in the same episode. That's in the same fucking episode.
Wasn't that the same thing? Like in the Dick's? In Dick's Sporting Goods?
Yeah, it was in the Dick's. And fucking, he's like fucking chilling there, putting different clothes on mannequins, and out of nowhere, I shit you not, he's on the top of a ladder, and this lady, there's a mannequin like 10 feet behind him, out of nowhere. You expect me to, he fucking vengeful spirit ultimate swaps with the mannequin and fucking switches places with it, okay? And out of nowhere, he's T-posing behind this lady in the fucking same outfit as the mannequin, and he's just chilling there with his arms outstretched, and the mannequin's on top of the ladder. And this lady just turns around and goes, "Oh my god!" Like, you expect me to believe that you switch places with a mannequin? What is that? Blows my fucking mind.
Clearly magic.
It's clearly magic when she responds, "Oh my god!" Like, what the fuck? Oh my god! Bitch, he just replaced with a mannequin. Have some fucking enthusiasm, dude. He's a wizard.
Okay, so yeah, he's definitely a wizard. We've established this.
And obviously he got this on camera. It's not jump cuts, you idiot.
That's the best part is the jump cuts. Is when the camera randomly shifts like every 5 seconds and he's like
Yeah, no,
in a
it's
completely
different hard
position.
cuts every 5 seconds, and
Yeah.
he's like, nah. Oh my god. Like, no.
How could he do this?
How can?
I can't believe he did the magic trick in front of me.
I can't believe there's an owl in that tent. I am a black woman who has never camped before, but I
All
work
right,
at Nick's Sport.
Let's move
I mean,
on. I think we
yeah.
talked about Carbonaro quite a bit.
Well,
You got any last words on Carbonaro?
Time is all relative. I would say that at the end of the day, Carbonaro is a fucking sham. And if you watch, look,
No,
you
he's a
can
magician.
watch the show and enjoy it. That's fucking cool, man. Do whatever. It's True TV. True TV's got a lot of great shows. Carbonaro Effect is not one of those. Okay, Carbonaro Effect.
Don't tell me
is a-
those great shows you're referencing Adam Ruins Everything. That flaming
Oh,
yo section.
Yo, get that man.
Adam
Get
ruins
that-
everything, dude.
get that man away
Fuck
from
that
here.
show.
Yo.
Fuck that show.
Hate a real enemy of the Basement Boys.
Yeah, real
rival.
enemy. First real enemy in the Bible of the Basement Boys. Adam ruins everything. Fuck that guy.
I hate him.
I hate him.
He
You got
must
anything
be
to say
struck
about him?
down. He's a coward. He'll never
Yeah.
respond to this.
I agree. If he responded to this, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, he's got more viewers than us. But
Yeah.
that's only because he's on True TV. He's got like what, 12 viewers?
Dude, what if
Like,
he
there's-
actually
there's
wait, real
12
talk though?
people-
What if
there's
he
12
actually
people
responded
watching?
and he was just like, "Yo, you guys are fucking garbage. I hate you."
There's 12 other channels that have your fucking name. You're trash.
Damn.
And it's true. It's true. We are.
See,
we are
I
trash.
don't even hate this guy so much. He's
Yeah.
okay. He's a
No,
cool guy,
I do.
probably.
I do fucking hate Adam ruins
Oh.
everything because he's some fucking faggot.
I might
that
hate
goes
him more
around.
than Carbonaro.
Yeah, I hate him more than Carbonaro. I absolutely agree. He goes around and literally the point of his show, haha, I am millennial. I ruin everything. Like that's just his shtick.
At
That's
least
his
he's not a
shtick, dude.
liar though.
Yeah, he's not, but he's like, haha. I don't know. Name like a trendy political movement that's happening in the Democratic Party right now. Because he's definitely made an episode about it.
I don't know. I'd rather that than a man who lies on camera pretending to be magic.
I don't know, man.
Because at least
I'd
Adam
rather
ruins
someone
everything.
that
He's malevolent at best, you know.
he's
at
chaotic
the
neutral,
worst.
but
Yeah, he's chaotic
Carbonaro is
neutral.
attempting to bring joy into
Chaotic,
people's
dude,
lives.
no, Carbonaro is definitely chaotic evil.
No,
without
he
a
is
doubt.
he's pretending to bring joy into people's
He's
lives.
using the power of
doing
video
it.
editing to put
Video
owls in
editing is
tents.
a powerful magic.
He's
okay?
using it to put owls in tents, and this is unfair. That's
Look, all I'm
clearly
s-
chaotic evil.
All I'm saying is that Adam Ruins Everything is a fucking faggot, and I will never watch his TV. I watched his. Look, I'll be honest. When Pokemon
Be
Sun and
honest.
Moon came out, I was playing Pokemon Sun. I was farming. I was chilling. I was watching Adam Ruins Everything. It's you know sometimes you put it on in the background, but I didn't say I enjoyed it. I was enjoying it because I was playing Pokemon at the time.
Mhm.
But if Adam Ruins
That's
Everything
fair.
came on when I wasn't playing Pokemon, I'd say Adam Ruins Everything. Your name, suck my fucking dick. You are a useless human being.
That's his official name?
Look,
Adam
yeah,
ruins everything?
Yeah, that's his official name. Look, Adam Ruins Everything
Is
falls
that the
into
same kind of thing as like Ninja Fortnite?
Yeah, no, it exactly is. Thank you for making the reference, actually. But I was just as finishing comments on Adam Ruins Everything. I would say that he falls into line of the era of critical thinkers that destroy the foundation for things and then don't replace it with anything. He's like, yo, this is why this sucks. What? I'm smart enough to say this sucks, but I'm not smart enough to say, hey, here's a better option. I'm just a fucking faggot with a blonde haircut, you know?
Man, you really don't like this guy. I was just joking when I said he was the rival of our channel.
No, I really
I
don't
don't
like
like him.
I really don't like him. Like,
I've never
he sucks,
watched his
dude.
show. Like I can't say anything.
His show's mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Mediocre
Well, I mean, it's on
at
True
best.
TV, so that
Yeah,
kind of
it's True
automatically
TV.
puts it like at like Impractical Jokers is like the goat of the
Dude,
channel.
Impractical
And
Jokers
then-
is the
Dude, that's
goat.
the thing.
And then
It's
everything
the goat.
else is mediocre.
Leech off Impractical Jokers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
That's the
like, yo,
problem.
we're the True TV. We sorry, Diaz, if you wanna explain it, but I think
I was
we're on
just
the
gonna
same
say,
page.
once you're on True TV, you're just a scumbag. Because let me tell you why. If you're on that network, you already know you're competing with those faggots and the Practical Jokers. if
It's
you're making the smart move because you're leeching their viewers. You know, if I come home one day and I'm like, I'm gonna watch True TV. Hopefully, Impractical Jokers is on, and I come on,
and then Adam ruins everything.
Adam ruins everything. I'm so disappointed. I shut off the TV. Or if I have nothing else to do, I watch Adam ruins everything.
No!
Instead of Impractical Jokers.
No!
But that will never happen.
You don't say.
that.
You don't say. Hey, I'm gonna watch Adam ruins everything. No, I don't do that shit.
You can't joke about this.
You can't
This is
joke
serious.
about watching Adam ruins everything.
This is real serious.
That show
stuff.
sucks. What's the entertainment value in watching a show that's like, actually, the statistics on this say, it's like, that's his whole show.
Have you ever watched Penn and Teller's bullshit?
No.
It's the same kind of concept, but it's Penn and Teller, and Penn. They're doing the good stuff, and it's.
Well, I've never heard of Penn and Teller, actually.
You've never heard of Penn and Teller? They're two magicians.
Okay.
Oh, I've heard of Penn. He
Penn.
played on The Apprentice for like a season.
Yeah. Like they're two magicians. They have a famous trick where they shoot a gun into one of their mouths, and the other guy catches it with his teeth. It's incredible. No one's ever been able to figure out how they do it.
They have one where like Penn is narrating the other guy's story of him lighting a cigarette, and you see him don't light it or something, and then he lights it. I forgot the whole bit, but it was pretty cool.
they do some cool stuff. Like they're like Carbonaro, but without the jump cuts.
Speaking
which is impressive.
of stories, have you guys ever heard the story of Dipper Goes to Taco Bell?
No, but I don't want to hear this, Matt. This is a poison story.
No, it's not a poison story.
I've heard the story.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've heard the story before.
Okay.
I never have. I can't say
it is a story of evil.
It's
of poison and evil.
Diaz, have you ever watched the show Gravity Falls on Disney?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good fucking show. Good fucking show, right? Good fucking show. Yeah.
The humor was
the oddball out here.
I
have never watched it.
Are you
other
serious?
than the one episode where Ryu comes out of the
this-
arcade machine.
This is actually something I want to go into. There's a lot of really good recent cartoons that have showed up on both Disney Channel and Cartoon Network.
Wait, explain recent.
Recent, like, I would say, in the category of Steven Universe, maybe Adventure Time.
You'd say Adventure Time's only maybe still?
Well,
or no?
No, I don't, because Adventure Time's not particularly recent.
Oh,
It's been ongoing.
I thought you were talking about the quality of it. I'd say it's pretty good.
The quality is incredible. I would say Adventure Time's awesome. Like we grew up on that. We were in high school.
No, I watched plenty of Adventure Time when I was a younger
lad.
But
there's like Craig of the Creek. It's another Cartoon Network show. Super fucking good. It's just about some kids and like, I don't know. It's just some kids fucking goofing around. It's hella good. And these kinds of shows that have come up, they're pretty high quality. I would. Even though my life has been abducted by fucking anime recently, I should go back and watch these other shows, despite them being just on Cartoon Network. You know?
Wait, is Regular Time on that list
regular
too?
Show?
I would say.
Well, Regular Show I watched when we were in high school again, so it was. I would say that it's in the same category as Adventure Time, where it was like, it's not part of the newest era of Cartoon Network shows that they're trying to shill, but it's still really good, and it has an effect on the new shows that exist because
I have very fond memories of Regular Show.
The success of like Regular Show and Adventure Time has run off into the new era of Cartoon Network shows, and I think
Adventure Time
that's super important.
It like changed animation, like the whole like Cal art style is pretty much based off of like Adventure Time, like with
it exists based on the success of Adventure Time. I would agree in part to that, no doubt.
And they brought in the age of every character saying words like schmauzau.
I was taking a drink. Fucking schmauzau.
Yeah, schmauzau. That's mathematical, dude.
Yeah,
but it's not. I like it in Adventure Time, but I think most of the shows that do that kind of like bro talk, I guess, is a good term for it.
Yeah,
just two dudes broing out,
Yeah, I think Regular Show and Adventure Time did it best.
Yeah.
Particularly because I actually don't know what it is about the shows. I think it was just the fact that they
did it first, and
they did it first, yeah.
They did it first, and then also, it doesn't feel overboard.
Yes, because
like,
there's just
Adventure
a bunch of
Time,
regular
like that was kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
Like it fits in the world, but like you get like Clarence or something like that. I don't know if they did it in
Well,
there.
I don't think they do it too much in Clarence because it's the kids
Trying to
are
think.
they're younger. I actually don't think too many other Cartoon Network shows end up actually using that too much. I think it was a thing specific to both the regular show and Adventure Time.
There were definitely other shows that did it,
maybe
but
like,
I think they kind of
maybe
died
like
out.
OKKO and Steven Universe kind of do it,
Mhm.
but I don't know enough.
I'm
about
just
the
talking
shows
about
to
like the
say.
idea of
Like using,
it's like we're gonna go
using
fight the
lab-
cotton candy dogs
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
using, like, the
Raccoon
random-
Mountain. You know, like the epically
I
random.
would say, yeah,
kinda.
it's like the epically random. Yeah, I agree on that. I think it's kind of, I don't know, Diaz. What do you got on it? Because I personally think it's not a particularly overused theme that I see in too many shows. Like, do you think it was only centralized to those shows, or to Adventure Time and
I mean,
regular show, or was it past that?
I have my opinion basically because I was never like I watched Cartoon Network before that a lot, like with the Flapjack.
Flapjack, that's another great
Flapjack.
fucking
Flapjack
show.
is fantastic.
But that
I
was
forgot about
before
that.
them. That was before
No, I
those
think
shows.
Flapjack
Well,
actually came
that
up
time,
in the
like-
it was in the same era. Like,
No,
there's
it
a
was
bunch
before.
of shows that were
It was
in
a little
that.
before.
It was before.
It was a little before, but they were
Because
all
the
airing at the same
guys
time.
who
Big time.
made Adventure Time and regular show actually worked on Flapjack. Like they weren't like the lead producers or anything,
But they were there.
but they did have roles in the show.
Yeah, so like those shows, like I never watched, I guess, Adventure Time and regular show that much. Too busy watching Wizards of Waverly Place. But the point is,
Wizards of Waverly Place is dope.
the point is, I kind of agree because obviously I watch regular show the most, and between Mordecai and I forgot the other guy's name, Rigby, like that bro talk.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking now, like that's not something like you saw before, like you guys were saying.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
agree on
pretty
that.
interesting.
And-
It's not really something that many shows utilized before. Both of them, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
All right.
see. What's
Well,
next?
let's go to we have a bunch of topics here.
Mhm.
Diaz, I know you're not too keen on talking about fighting games, but we can talk about demon wizard people since we bring up the topic of Wizards of Waverly Place.
Wizards.
Um,
We talked a
I'm
lot
not-
of wizardry
Wizards.
today.
Well,
Carbonara,
we've got,
Penn
yeah,
and
we've got a
Teller.
lot of wizards to
Wizards
talk about.
of
We've got the
Waverly
4
Place.
great wizards and the Impractical Jokers, which we have brought
Yeah.
up earlier. So let's talk about Mer, Joe, Soundlin' Q. Let's start with that.
The
If
started
each-
there?
OGs.
Yeah, the OGs, exactly. If
Yeah.
each of them had a superpower, what would you label it as? Diaz, I'm gonna give you the first shot at this.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you Mer. What do you think would be Mer's incredible superpower?
He could go invisible.
He can go
gets-
invisible.
He has
Interesting.
like he has like Harry Potter's cloak of invisibility, whatever the crap
Yeah,
is.
so well,
he's got
I wanna
he's got the Sauron's ring. He could just turn invisible. That's his power.
I want to draw that out further. What do you think Mer would do with his power of invisibility? Because Mer's a scummy bastard. He can do a damn good amount of shit. You
He
know
would
that.
definitely
You know that
like
well.
come on someone from being invisible. Like you'd just be standing in like on a train or something, and just you'd see some cum fly at you from nowhere, and you'd be like, "Ah, shit, Mur again." You start like punching at the air near you, trying to hit him.
He become New York's most greatest villain and most wanted. He's hunted down by the CIA, FBI, and every other agency, and nobody can find him.
I really like
Yeah.
the idea of there just being some invisible man who comes on people, and that's
The
all he
invisible
does.
cum bastard.
Yeah,
It's the ugly bastard tag.
but he's
as,
not
as an
ugly.
invisible man.
Well, I guess he could
And
be ugly.
He's
but
got
he's
big
invisible.
fucking ears.
Big
Yo, Mer's
fucking
got
ears?
fucking huge
So-
ears.
Yeah,
But so if Mur was like a villain like that, he'd have like his own kind of like his way of doing things that once he creates like his act,
His
right?
own way.
So,
Does he have a method? Does he
Yes.
have a specific plan? Okay.
This is what-
So what would be his specific plan and how he enacts his operations of coming on people while invisible?
This
There's
scenario
steps.
right here.
There's steps,
There's
right? There's
steps.
steps.
Yeah.
You're on a train by yourself in Queens.
Wait, you're on
subway.
a train by
3
yourself.
a.m. in the morning. You're by
3
yourself. You're standing there.
3 a.m.
Train
in the
doors
morning.
open. You feel.
Yeah.
You feel hands on your shoulders. You're getting a
But you
back
don't know
rub.
where they're coming from.
You don't know where it's coming from, but you're
'Cause he's
getting a back
invisible.
rub.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, for that act, you get, come on.
What? Oh, that's just.
That's it.
he just
No,
that's the trick.
That's
Because
it.
if he
That's-
puts
that's
his hands on
acting
you
queens.
for too long,
Okay.
if he leaves them on you for too long, you're gonna start swinging. You know, you'd be like, "Oh
yeah,
shit!"
of course.
But you might be like, "Oh, maybe it's just the wind." maybe maybe this is a weird feeling, but I'm not worried yet. But if he leaves his hands on you for like a minute, you're gonna be like, ooh, wow, there's definitely Murr. He's coming on me in a second if I don't start swinging.
Absolutely. Okay. That's fair. So Murr is agreeably the stealthy boy. He's the one that goes invisible all the time.
He's stealthy.
Tries to
He's
come
probably
on you
pretty
when you're
fast
asleep.
too.
He's
nothing.
definitely pretty fast.
There's
no doubt
I'm
about
not gonna
that.
say like a superpower of speed, but like he's probably like
Just
a little
generally.
just generally pretty fast.
Yeah.
Like he could like when he sprints, like he can go like a little slower than like Usain Bolt for a little bit.
A little slower.
You don't
Yeah,
hear
like
him when he runs.
Just a bit
Just a
on
tiny
Usain Bolt. You know, no biggie.
Well, because he doesn't have superhuman speed, but he's very fast.
Yeah, he's very
You know,
fast. Okay.
Because it would be
That's-
unfair if he had 2 powers.
I guess, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think a little bit slower than Usain Bolt is almost 2 powers, but I'll give it to you.
No, but it's not because it's not real.
But
or it is real because you could be a little bit slower than Usain Bolt, but like maybe he doesn't got like the speed of the Flash or something.
Well, the Flash is a totally different topic.
Yeah,
I want to talk about him, but I want to leave
not
him
right
to
now.
a different.
We'll continue
I
on
want
the
to leave him
Jokers.
to a different podcast entirely, to be honest. All right, so we have Murr. How about we go to Sal now? Let's go to Sal.
Sal?
He's a man
Sal?
of cleanliness. He's
He's Mr.
first.
Clean.
I wouldn't particularly say he's Mr. Clean, but I'd put him up there, you know? He has
You'd
the
have the
power
power of
to
contagious
Slightly
laughter.
less clean than Mr.
He has
Clean.
the power to when any time someone makes a joke, fall on the floor laughing
Yeah.
and just fucking die.
What we don't
There's a New
see,
York right there.
what we don't see though,
Laughing.
Yeah, facts.
is
facts.
when he hits the ground, is a shockwave.
There's a shockwave
And
that
that is
radiates
his
about
true
25
power.
miles.
Yeah, 25-mile shockwave that goes
Oh my
300
God.
miles an hour.
I
Whoa.
think he has a second power. I
Well,
think
it's
that
the power to laugh whenever
has
he
the-
wants.
I think he has the power to cleanse.
He's got healing powers.
No, not healing powers. The power
Cleanse,
to
like-
cleanse. You know how the Covenant?
Like
you know
he'll
the Covenant
rinse you
decides
down.
to glass.
Like if you wash,
yeah,
like
no,
you need to
no,
wash
no,
your
no,
hands,
no,
so rinse
That's
your hands.
fucking gay. That's fucking gay. What I'm saying is he's got the true power to cleanse. You know the Covenant decide to glass the earth. Yeah, that's what Sal can do.
So basically,
Sal can
Sal
fly
could-
up into the sky, into the fucking stratosphere, grow 30 times his size,
Of course.
and from his mouth shoot a giant ray of heat down to
Yeah.
the earth and
Mhm.
turn the sand and earth into glass,
okay.
obliterating and destroying anything on the surface. To
You know
cleanse
that-
it.
the Sahara Desert used to be called the Sahara Desert, but it
Yo,
it's
that
been
was
lost to
fucking
time.
good. That was fucking good, dude.
Thank you. It's lost to time.
It was
The
lots of
ancient
time.
times.
The Sahara Desert is now fully glassed, actually.
Yeah,
Since
no.
Sal
It just became the desert because of Sal. He fucking
Yeah,
cleansed
no,
it.
he cleansed it. Diaz,
The
what do
glass
you think?
slowly
Of that?
receded.
What?
What do you think of that? You think Sal has the power to fly into the sky and just fucking turn 30 times his size and shoot a ray of heat down to the earth?
It's like Superman, man. You just described
sounds-
Man, you're a
Superman.
fucking
So
retard.
much
Why'd you
fucking
think of that?
Sal, man.
As I said it, dude. So
It
Sal
just
for
that-
Sal,
All this
Salman,
talk about
Salverman?
Sal has those Sal memes coming back. The Salvation Army.
Yo, Sal Volcano has fucking hysterical photos on the internet.
Yeah.
He's like, there's one that James made actually. That's of Mr. Manhattan, fucking from what's the movie of all
The
those
Watchmen?
superheroes? Yeah, The Watchmen. It's Mr. Manhattan. There's 3 of him in a fucking room, and they all have Sal's face on it. And actually, it might have been 3 different in the Impractical Jokers. It might have been
Yeah, no, it was-
Sal,
it
and
was-
Joe. It was Mer, Sal, and Joe, and they
Yeah.
were all walking through the fucking room, and then
Yeah.
a different face of them was all on each of the different Mr. Manhattans, and that shit fucking killed me, dude.
Yeah.
I might
if
just
it's
throw
not
that-
lost to time,
I
it'll
might
definitely
thumbnail.
be on
I might
screen.
use that as the thumbnail right for this video.
Mhm.
You could see
It'll
it,
be
you
on
might
screen
not.
right here, I'm sure.
It'll be on screen.
And
for
if it's
sure.
not, I'll try and recreate it to my best of ability or
all
something.
right, cool.
What about that
So
photo of
do
everybody
we want
holding
to
up
do Joe
guns?
or Q next?
What were you saying, Diaz?
There's a photo I have on my phone of each Joker, but somebody edited them to holding a gun at the screen.
What?
They're all pointing guns at you. I'll see if I can find it later.
The Jokers would hold you up and take your money.
That's the thing, though.
They
They're all,
make you laugh,
they're all
though.
good.
That's the
They've got
prank.
these powers, but they're real threats.
Yeah.
You can't
they're
cross
real-
them.
Exactly.
They're
They're
Sal
threats.
menaces.
could glass the earth, and fucking Mer could steal your. He could steal your cock out of your pants, dude.
Yeah.
He's that stealthy.
Yeah, you're sitting there, you're just walking down the street. Suddenly your dick flops out of your pants, and you're like, oh god.
Oh, Mur, not
again, Mur.
not again. So I'm
It's
gonna
kind
say
of like how Thanos. In one of the comics, there was a small child born, and he decided that Thanos decided he was gonna ruin that person's life, and just every year on his birthday, just come and fuck up his life like irreparably. Like
that seems mean.
It is, but Thanos is a mean guy.
Yeah, he's not the nicest.
He's a good guy.
Like
he's a good guy.
The guy was like 18 or whatever, and Thanos called his girlfriend and said a whole bunch of terrible stuff. And then the girlfriend broke up with him.
Was like, "Yo, your fucking boyfriend's got a little dick."
Yeah, and then Thanos like killed his parents on his birthday.
Yeah, he used the reality stone to make that fucking. Yo, you think Thanos used the reality stone to make the pictures of him fucking naked?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think he did, dude.
Big purple
I
cock
think Thanos was born with a fucking chode. And because of that, he was pissed. He was pissed off.
That's why he's getting all
He
the
was
stones.
tired of half the universe making fun of his tiny dick.
Pissed me off. So now what Thanos does is he uses the reality stone and the time stone in unison to go back in time, not only give himself a giant cock, but to edit every photo of Thanos naked on Earth and turn his chode into a fucking giant rapier. As I would say. A divine rapier, if I would.
Mm-hmm.
Divine.
Of course.
Blessed.
Divine rapier. Blessed.
Holy rapier.
But yeah, Thanos basically, he's an asshole. Like, he's just killing this guy's parents on his birthday, getting him fired on his birthday, all this good stuff. Mm-hmm. Thanos, basically one of the meanest people.
Guy. Basically the best.
Yeah. The best guy on the planet.
Back on the topic of the Jokers, I was gonna say I wanted to leave Joe for last because I think Joe is the most powerful, right?
Yeah, definitely. He's the largest.
Yeah,
so
he's the
are
largest.
we going in power
So we're
now?
going to Q. No, it's power levels.
Oh,
so
Q
Mur's the
strong.
weakest. Mur's the weakest.
Well, because he's the stealthy boy.
Sal is like the third out of 4, and then we have Q. Q is the second strongest. Now, if Q had powers, what would he do?
If he had powers?
Well, he does. Sorry, what are Q's powers? Rather, describe them to me.
Well, Q. He's a dirty bastard.
He's a garbage man.
He's a garbage man.
He can summon all the trash and form different Autobots with them. Or for example, right? So you're a trash man. No, he's walking down the street.
You're blowing my fucking mind right now, Diaz.
There's a couple trash cans, and he waves his hands around, and he's summoning this trash, and he's just using them as extended arms. Yeah. He's swinging at people, stealing their money.
He's using his Dr. Octagonopus arms.
Yeah. Like, who's that
really
idiot from Spider-Man?
2008 Fire My Laser references right now?
Yeah, I'm always making that. Oh, he's using he's making Cybermen, dude?
Yeah.
Yo, he's making Cybermen, so we're making Dragon Ball Z references too, yeah. Okay, so what's he doing with these Cybermen made out of fucking garbage?
He's slicing ankles.
Yo, are we talking about Ricky Berwick right now?
No, that's... See, he breaks your ankles. He doesn't slice them.
No, he slices them with his fucking tongue.
No.
Okay.
You got it all backwards.
Just for context
here. Wait, shut up.
Okay.
You got this backwards.
I got it backwards. I'm sorry.
He uses his supersonic speed, and he runs past you, breaking your ankles instantly from the shockwave.
Yeah,
and then he uses his
he breaks
pointed
the sound
tongue
barrier when he moves
to slice your neck once you hit the ground.
Because Ricky Bird goes, my rapier. And then he slices your fucking neck with his tongue.
Yeah, of course.
Because his tongue is his rapier.
So what we're saying basically is Q has the power to create life.
Q is the trash man, and he can create life in any situation out of any piece of matter that he chooses. You pick that fucking that fucking napkin that you just came into like 5 minutes ago before watching this podcast. Yeah, he gave life to that. You better watch your fucking ankles. That shit's gonna crawl back up you.
Watch out for Mur too.
Yeah, watch out for Mur too, because Mur's gonna come on your back too. Mur's gonna come in the fucking napkin that you just jizzed in. And then Q is gonna give it life. And it's gonna have the life of both Mur's semen and your semen. It's gonna be climbing up your leg. You better fucking watch out. That's
terrifying.
Dangerous. That's not something you want to
They're
fuck
a very
with.
powerful combo, because Mur continuously creates things for him to turn into other things. Mm-hmm. Basically, he's a reality shaper.
Basically, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, basically. Alright, so now the final member.
We've got Q. He's a warlock. He gives life to things. But Joe is the quintessence of the Jokers himself. He is the Joe of the Kers, as I would say. Justin, explain to me Joe's power, please.
Joe's power?
Yeah, Joe's power. It's ultimate.
He's omnipotent.
It's all-encompassing.
He knows everything. He's got the power of all knowledge on the entire planet.
Not only all knowledge, but all strength.
All strength, yeah.
All strength. He's the.
Well, once you know everything, you also that pretty much gives you anything you want.
Because
you
you understand the weakness of all your enemies. But since you're
he's
Joe,
got,
you don't.
He's also got
have
precog.
weakness.
Like he can look like 10 minutes into the future.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hyper intelligence. You see, it's all based on the size of his belly. As his belly expands, he becomes more powerful. It's like It's like going Super Saiyan. Like, you know how like the hair grows out, like when they go Super Saiyan 3 and they lose their eyebrows.
His beer belly and dad bod increases in strength.
His dad bod becomes increasingly more dad powered.
Joe has the ultimate dad bod. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like Sal's probably the strongest, honestly.
Sal is the strong. That's wild, dude.
Because he glasses the planet.
Superman,
He's got a desert.
Like, yeah,
obviously,
but that's like. But Sal can be killed if you get like a 30. If you get a fucking.
You make him dirty.
Being that goes 36 feet off the earth. Sal goes only.
That's
grows
the point.
to 35.
Yeah.
You get something that grows to 36 feet long.
Like Joe.
Then he fucking sticks his dick in Sal's ass, and Sal's just fucking dead.
He starts laughing.
What do you do again? Yeah, he starts laughing. He falls back to the earth and falls on the ground and starts laughing because that's Sal's one main weakness. Is that anytime someone makes a joke, Sal falls to the ground immediately and starts wheezing and can't breathe. He's weak in that state. Mm-hmm. He's very weak in that state.
This is a fantastic set of powers we got here.
Yeah, no, I would agree. It's very balanced.
X-Men.
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah. The Fantastic Faggots. The Impractical Jokers. This is them. So Joe is omnipotent.
No disrespect, though. They're the best.
No, I fucking love the Jokers. They're honestly, it's a really good show at the end of the day. Like, they just fucking goof on people all fucking day. And they're
what I like about it
go around.
Is that it's on True TV and it's actually real, unlike all the other bullshit on there.
Exactly.
Like sure, it's like obviously they only take like the best things, like because I'm sure. Like more than half of them, the person just like what, like you know they say some stupid bullshit to them.
Fucking people.
Yeah,
they
but
go
they're
up
still
to people and they fucking goof on them.
Yeah, no,
like,
there's still real shit at the end of the day. But like the Carbonaro effect is just him.
It's just him
jump cutting around with a big goofy dumb smile on his face, going, "It's magic! Look at this magic!" And that's not fun for anyone.
You're
honestly,
absolutely correct. Yeah, so I
think that covers True TV.
That covers True TV for the most part. We talked about Adam Ruins Everything. We talked about Carbonaro, and we talked about the Jokers. That's my main sack of wizardry, I'd say. But are there any other wizards that you guys particularly know of that you would want to talk about?
On TV?
No, just
in
general. Yeah. You ever met any wizards? You have any bad stories with wizards? If not, we can continue. I mean, I don't have.
One time a wizard turned me into a newt.
What?
I got better.
What? Fuck you. That's not. You can't steal jokes like that.
I'm Carlos Mencia, idiot.
Fuck you.
I'll do what I want.
Fuck you.
You played into it too. That was good.
I
it might not have been intentional. But...
I didn't realize until it was too late. Honestly. And once you said I got better, I was like, oh, he fucking got me. I knew it. Yeah. All right. So. We have the whole crew here. Now, since we don't have Tone, we're freed up to talk about some certain topics that Tone's not particularly knowledgeable of, but the three of us are. Of that topic, we can talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure here.
Oh.
That's a big name to throw out there. Now, with the new season,
big old topic.
With Part 5 coming out, the anime is coming out there. It's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
We can...
It's next month.
Yeah, it's next month.
Just to date this podcast real quick.
It's fucking awesome, yeah. Date it, 9/9/2018. That's when we're recording this.
Wow.
Especially at 1:23 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
incredible.
Technically it's like 9/8/18, but you know.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's
but
counting?
you know what? Who cares?
So I had a fun little idea. I thought that we would devise our own stands. We would
first we should probably talk about JoJo itself. Just for
that's
the people
actually
that
that's better. Let's give
that
some
are
background
not in the
before
know.
we dive into the main topic. So Justin, take us away. What do we need to know to catch up on JoJo's to get to the part that we're going to talk about?
So part 3 is where stands show up.
Stands
which
are
is
the big,
basically
that's the big shit. That's that big dick
This
energy.
is the meat of the topic.
Yeah, the
part
meat of
3
JoJo's,
is
really.
where we get the stands, which are basically it's
Punch
the
ghosts.
person's soul manifested into a ghost.
Which is fucking awesome.
Which is a dope concept on its own.
It's so dope.
And you get stuff like Star Platinum, which is just a big old man who punches you real fast and real hard, and it sucks for everyone else. That's
the
not
idea
him.
of stands is literally just like it's your personality and soul manifested into a ghost that magnifies your own abilities. To but also has some cool shit. Like there's one character, Avdol, who is some weird ass fucking dude, and he's got a chicken that shoots fire.
Fire chicken.
That's a fire chicken is a stand. Like that's fucking dope. Like it's just there's a lot of cool ideas for it for punch ghosts. They do whatever. The powers can vary from whatever to whatever, and it's a pretty cool topic. That's what I thought of. I made stands. I'm a Rocky. That's me.
You are?
I made the JoJo's manga. Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Wow.
You should have said something earlier.
I never age.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking immortal ink.
Rocky literally never ages. It's incredible.
It's like Keanu Reeves, where
it's exactly like Keanu Reeves.
They just take pictures of him like every 10 years, and it's just the same picture.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, shit.
Well, shit, he hasn't aged. Okay, let's wait 10 years and see if he does again. It's like, oh, I guess he still didn't. What's he doing?
It's really gonna suck.
What kind of moisturizer?
When they get to an age where it looks like they should die, and then they don't, and then he just starts feasting on the person next to him on his deathbed.
Yeah, Araki has definitely been feasting on people to keep his looks, just like Keanu Reeves.
All I'm saying is he's probably a vampire.
Keanu Reeves has definitely been stabbing people in a bar with a pencil, just to fucking to maintain his energy and good looks. I just it's an idea. I can't fucking prove it, but I can say it's true and it is.
Alright, so stands.
Essentially the concept of stands is what we said, where it is a manifestation of your spiritual energy. So, if we were to create stands for ourselves, Diaz, I'm gonna throw the question to you first. What do you think your stand what do you think your stand would be if you were to have one?
Alright. So his ability, I've not decided yet, but what he would look like. Let me tell you one about that. Because what you guys didn't really touch upon earlier, you said chicken, but he's not actually summoning a chicken, right?
It's he's summoning a man. He's summoning a humanoid chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like a pterodactyl head.
Yeah, it's almost like a pterodactyl. You're right. The stands can manifest out of humanoid shapes. They can literally be anything. Some stands were bugs, some weren't. It's all up for grabs.
It's a fucking radio tower.
Yeah, one's a radio tower. Exactly.
Right,
it's absolutely endless.
All right, so I have an idea. Have you guys heard of the Wendigo?
The Wendigo? No, I have not.
Yeah, I have.
All right, so it's basically like a humanoid creature, but it's got bull horns and like a dog snout, but the face is eroded, so you see the bones on the snout. So it's really creepy and eerie looking.
That's pretty fucking dope.
It's scary.
I like that.
So that's what my stand would look like.
That's what your stand looks like. Okay, so is your stand... Time out. Is your stand name going to be El Chapo?
Oh, I didn't think of a name either. Oh, shit.
Well, it's got to be a song for the most part.
Yeah, I guess. But the initial part 3 stands were all tarot
Yeah, that's
cards.
true. That's true.
So you can pretty
cards.
much... The name, if it's anything that's relevant in your life, nicknames, shit like that even, throw it in. Like, Justin, your stand could be named Tin Man. For all I
that's
fucking
gay.
care.
That's
That'd
fucking
be
lame, dude.
That'd be lame and gay.
That is the lamest possible.
That's just your only nickname that I know.
Stan's name is Mac Miller.
I know.
You're no! I already gave you shit for this. What's wrong with you?
We out here.
We out here. Think of a different one. Yeah, Paul Walker. That's what I like to hear.
August Ames. Let me just throw a couple
more. She died. She killed herself, dude. She dead. Why you gotta do this? Man?
Disrespect the
You're
dead.
Cruel. Yeah. Diaz's stand name is Disrespect the Dead.
Yeah. Don't fear the Reaper. Dead.
Yeah.
All right, and then my stand power. Okay, so I would have my Wendigo's power. He'd be like a ranged kind of person, right?
He'd be a ranged.
So
what's his effective range?
Effective range?
Yeah.
Say 20 meters. 20 meters.
20 meters.
20 meters.
All right. So
that's pretty solid.
to know, 2 meters is the effective range of like Star Platinum, which is a melee-based stand.
Yeah, so mine's
punches you in
ranged.
the dick
But he's
really
alright,
fast.
So basically, his powers. He's got toilet paper rolls on his hands, but they're never-ending toilet paper rolls. So
Okay.
what he's gonna do?
Okay.
He's gonna he
Okay.
controls them too, kind of like the gun guy. So with these toilet paper roll
Don't talk
arms,
about gun arm, man.
No, he's
save
talking
it
about
for
whole
another
horse.
time.
whole horse. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Talking
whole
about
horse,
whole
yeah,
horse
yeah,
with
okay,
his
okay.
gun that he controls
Yeah.
all right. So
with perfect accuracy as part of his body.
So say Star Platinum comes at me, and I'm like, I got better range, and I whip out Paul Walker. So he
You
uses
make
toilet
Paul Walker
paper
out of
arms.
toilet paper?
I could create people with these toilet papers, but then
Of
they're
course,
only
you can
toilet
create
paper
anything.
people.
You can create anything.
So I command these toilet paper people to run at them, and then you could either there's multiple ways to defeat them, but if you don't defeat them in those ways, you know they can't be defeated. So one way is you gotta put them on fire, but not
Okay,
just
you gotta
any
set them
fire.
on
It's
fire.
gotta be Green Goblin fire.
It's got to be Green
Oh, shit,
Goblin
Green
from
Goblin?
fucking Spider-Man?
Exactly. Only he's
Fuck,
the
dude.
one that can destroy these toilet men.
How do you have a stand that can only be defeated by Green Goblin?
That's fair. I
From
mean, it's like
Spider-Man.
It's a curse.
there's like
it's a
cheap
cursed
trick.
stand.
You can't beat
It's
it.
a cursed stand.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
All right, so and then there's a couple other ways, but I can't tell you about those. It'd be
Okay,
too
of course.
easy.
That's
Too
to be
easy.
that's to be shown
That's
in the
the
plot.
mystery. Yeah.
That's
So-
to be found in the
Yeah,
episode.
no. In part 9, when Diaz shows
Part
up
9.
as a character.
Yeah, when Paul Walker, your Uber driver, shows up as a stand.
So second ability would be pretty much to control these, not into creating like a paper man, but to like wrap the enemy. So like if I extend my
Oh.
arms, the toilet papers roll and coil around an enemy like a snake.
So these
choking them.
toilet papers, they're unlimited.
Unlimited toilet paper.
Okay, cool. So you can just fucking like fill the earth with toilet paper, and they wouldn't and your stand wouldn't give a fuck.
Yes. He would
Okay,
not give a fuck. He would not get
Alright.
tired.
I fuck with that.
And
Okay.
yeah. Stand.
All right, cool.
Am I going next? Are you going next?
I mean, I'm just gonna make mine on the fly, so it's up to you.
All right, my stand it's a small green goblin with a dagger.
Sounds like you're talking about Clash of Clans, dude.
Yeah. You know, he looks like the Clash of Clans one, but he's a little scarier. And his name is Necrogoblicon.
Necrogoblicon?
Yeah, after the band Necrogoblicon.
Hell yeah.
And, the dagger's poison, but it's not like a regular poison. It's this poison. You know what it does?
What does it do?
You want to know what it fucking does?
I want to know.
It makes your arms smaller.
What?
Your arms shrink into your body, and then your
arms
legs,
shrink?
and basically you just go into a small point and then you die.
Oh my god. How long will
There
that
you go.
last? How long will that take for my arms and legs to shrink?
I don't know, like 2 minutes.
What the fuck? Holy
That's
shit.
fucking
That's it.
brutal.
There
You
you
can
go.
go on a killing spree.
That's
Yeah.
fucking brutal, dude.
But it's got short range because it's got like a dagger. It doesn't got a sword or like
what's
a
the
spear.
range? Like 2 meters?
Let's say
Like Star
5
Platinum?
because it has a
5 meters.
dagger
Yeah,
and it is a goblin.
Mhm.
You know,
that's fair.
goblins have about 5 meter range. You know.
Okay.
That was terrible. I'm sorry.
No, that's alright. It happens. I mean, it's hard to come up with the stuff on the fly.
Yeah.
Like mine's
Especially-
gonna be horrible too.
Yeah. Especially Necrogoblicon.
I actually think Diaz did an incredible job of coming up with this on the fly. Like that was really good.
I was trying to think of the most absurd thing to do, and I had to take a shit, so I thought toilet paper.
Well, that's well, okay.
There you go.
All right. Well,
My
I'm gonna go
origin
with
story.
your origin story. I'm gonna go with my stand. My stand is gonna be known as Goophead.
Goophead.
Goop
Yes,
head?
Goophead. My
What's it do?
stand. Well, my stand's power is gonna be simple. His entire body is made of wood. So, because of this ability, he's kind of malleable, but kind of not.
Mhm.
And his main power is out of his fingertips. He shoots KY jelly. Okay,
The fuck is KY jelly?
that is a sexual lube. It's sexual lubricant.
Okay.
Okay, but this is specific KY jelly. It doesn't just lube up your dick so that it slides in and out pretty well. What it does is it tears apart your cells at a molecular level.
Mhm.
But it does it really slow.
Really slow.
It does it so slow that you won't notice the effects until about 20 years later.
It just sounds like gives you cancer.
No,
Like cancer.
it's not.
It's like the opposite of cancer.
It's much more
They're
terrifying than
diagnosing
cancer.
people with cancer.
Okay, so I'll tell
Did
you.
you test
We'll
it
go
on-
into the. No. We're not gonna. There's no testing. We're gonna go into the looks first. Okay. KY Jellyman. He's made of wood. That's my name of the stand. Is Goophead. KY Jellyman in parentheses. Okay. He looks like a man made of wood, and he just looks humanoid, but his head is a Chipotle bowl. Okay, it is a Chipotle burrito bowl, but everything else is a human body that's made of wood. All right.
So why does it have a Chipotle burrito bowl as the head?
Because sometimes I get hungry, and because of
Eat
that,
out of
my
his
stand
bowl?
also supplies me unlimited food. But that's not his stand power. It's just that he has an unlimited burrito bowl as his head.
Mhm.
Okay, so I could potentially solve world hunger with the stand, but also he shoots KY jelly out of his hands, so I'm gonna use that as my power.
Okay,
Okay, so
that's fair.
what I do is I walk around with a can of computer air duster, because that's obviously my secondary weapon of choice. And so what I do is, if I'm ever in a fight with my boy Goophead, what we find an enemy, maybe like some random fucking wolf. What I do is, wolf comes charging at us. I go, yeah! I shoot the fucking air duster in the wolf's eyes, and then I have KY Jellyman shoot his KY Jelly at the fucking wolf, and then I run away. I use the Joestar secret technique of running away.
Yeah.
And I wait 30 years, and then I come back, and I see the wolf fucking a pile of goo on the ground, and I go, haha, KY Jellyman got you. And that's my catchphrase, and that's the end of the story.
Mhm. And then
So
you wait 20 years for the wolf to have its molecules fall apart,
Yes.
but it's already been dead in the ground for like 10 years because
Yes.
it's a wolf. Okay, I mean, it's pretty strong, you know, like...
I think it's and from what I know, there's no way to revert the effects of KY Jellyman. I
Okay.
could be fat. There could be another stand that it does.
There's
it
there's
reverts the effects of
YK
it.
Jellyman.
There's YK.
And his
Jellyman,
power
yeah,
is he
exactly.
puts your cells he puts your molecules back together in 20 years.
to an even stronger state.
Yeah.
As to where
Twice as strong.
They stay together permanently and freeze you in
Yeah.
place.
No, it's only good effects. It just makes
It's only
it just
good.
puts
Are
it
you
back
sure?
together.
Because I feel like something that would revert the effects of KY Jellyman would have to have some sort of negative downside.
No, because yours is only negative, so
Well,
his
I
is
mean-
only positive.
I see. Okay.
Because it's the opposite stand. It's basically, it's like if you looked into a mirror and then you inverted that image, like you put it like upside down, you'd have YK Jellyman to your KY Jellyman.
So, if I could
stand
have
is-
someone draw some fan art of me and KY Jelly Goophead, KY Jellyman is his
Eating
name.
out of his burrito
Goophead,
bowl.
No more. Yeah. I'd just be chilling there, and my boy made of wood with the Chipotle burrito bowl as his head, chilling, and he's shooting KY Jelly out of his fingertips. I would like that personally. I mean, no one has to make it, but I would like someone to at some point. You know.
All right, Matt. I got a question for you.
Yeah. What's up?
What the fuck is this character?
This character? Well,
What
he's
does he do?
he's
How does he
neutral.
do it?
He's neutral, particularly. Like he's not particularly a nice guy, but
Yeah.
like if there's like a kid that's getting fucking mugged, he's gonna go over to the perpetrator and shoot some KY jelly on him.
Yeah.
And the perp's not
Make
gonna
him die
feel it.
20 years from
He's
now.
not gonna feel it immediately. Like I can't stop the kid from getting beaten up,
Yeah.
but like 20 to 30 years down the line, this dude's gonna be a pile of fucking goop, and
Yeah.
the kid's gonna be a nice grown healthy boy.
Yeah.
So who really loses in that situation? Huh?
Exactly.
You're welcome. You're welcome, dumb kid. I just turned that dude into jelly 30 years from now. You're welcome.
You're welcome, boy.
Yeah.
You'll never know. You're welcome.
And if someone's in need of KY jelly out of nowhere, I'll be like, yo, I got it. I shoot into some girl's gooch out of fucking nowhere. KY jelly. Fucking some dude's plowing. KY jelly. 20 years later, maybe he's
They
disintegrated.
both die.
Yeah, they both die, but fuck it, man. I gave him the KY jelly when he needed it. Shit
Yeah.
lubed up. Shit lubed up.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I was the plug, man. I was giving some dude some shit. It's what he needed in the moment.
Yeah.
So
All right. So we've been talking about supernatural things like stands and the Impractical Jokers.
stands in the Impractical Jokers, yes.
two most well-known supernatural things.
Mhm.
So let's continue on that train of thought.
I fuck with that.
You know, like let's see what else we got. You know, let's talk about like just the classic spooky things.
We
Let's
also
talk about
spooky
ghosts.
stuff. Oh, we want to talk about ghosts?
Let's
Fuck
talk
yeah,
about
dude.
ghosts.
Which about ghosts
real talk.
or personal experiences?
I have some personal
I got
experiences with
nothing.
ghosts.
I got a couple
Fucking,
things.
I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna throw it at you, Diaz. All right.
All right.
So, at my grandma's house in Oyster Bay, fucking, she had a piano downstairs in like in the living room, and there was a point where my sister and my dad were living there for a bit, and I remember hearing and there was a basement that was connected to to one of the hallways, and the kitchen was like adjacent to the basement. So I remember my sister chilling in the kitchen one time, chilling out, eating some food there, and fucking hearing a child saying, "Come down here," from downstairs. I shit you not. She told me the story. A child's voice saying, "Come down here," from downstairs, from that fucking basement. And she shit herself and ran upstairs. And there have been other times where both my dad and Danielle, my sister, have heard footsteps from the fucking main area around the piano while they were upstairs chilling. And even to the extent that they've heard that fucking piano being played in the middle of the night. Okay? That is the fucking definition of a haunted goddamn house. And that shit scares me. I'm happy I've never actually lived there for an extended period of time, because shit's scary, man.
That was your grandma's house?
Yeah, that was my grandma Ann's house.
What about
I
your?
don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that.
What about your grandma?
My grandma Josie, I live at that house. Like, there's nothing. There's Queens, man. There's no fucking ghosts in Queens.
No,
there's
like
only ghosts in White
Does your
Castle.
grandmother still live there? Is what I think what he's trying to say.
Oh, she doesn't. We sold the house. She sold like a few years after my grandpa died. So, because it was the situation where it was a big house, and there weren't particularly
Just too much house.
Yeah, it was too much house for an old frail lady. But she did have like 7 kids at one point, so it was just the right amount of house at that point.
Yeah.
But
no, but like, has she seen or heard anything?
Has she seen or heard anything? No, but she has had a miscarriage. There was one child that died, and she was giving birth to said child in that house. So I'm not gonna. Yeah. His name was supposed to be Aaron. Aaron Danson Henson.
He went on to play video games.
He went on to play video games. Yeah, that child Aaron is probably haunting that house. I wish the best for the people that live there. Also, the fucking government, I swear to God, the government bought that house, dude. There is a Russian embassy during the Cold War that I wasn't built, but during the Cold War, there's a Russian embassy that is behind that house, and it was active. There were Russian ambassadors and their children playing fucking kickball in the backyards. You could go up the hill behind my grandma's house and look past the fence and see the embassy and see the fucking Russian kids playing kickball and shit in that parking lot. Wild.
Did they bring their bears with them?
Wait,
yes,
like,
of course they
and
did.
their vodka?
No, it was a legitimate Russian embassy. Yes, it exists. The building's still there. It's more like a vacation house at this point, but the building still exists. It's huge, and because of that, my grandpa was in the Navy, and the CIA during the Cold War had come to my grandparents and asked them to build a little house in the behind their house to store a bunch of shit there. And that house was used as a base of operations, as I'm told by my grandma, used as a base of operations for reconnaissance on the Russian embassy during the Cold War.
That's pretty cool.
Wild shit, dude.
Yeah.
That house, if you
That's actually really cool.
It's incredible because if you pull away the paneling in that, it's a cabana basically where you keep all the pool shit. You pull away the paneling on there, you will see a bunch of electrical wiring and a bunch of random shit all in that cabana. It was made by the CIA specifically for spying on the Russians during the Cold War.
That's crazy.
It's hype shit, dude. Totally hype. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be talking on the podcast, but I'm gonna, because, I mean...
It's not your house anymore.
What's gonna happen? And to close the story on that house, I'm pretty sure the government actually bought the house at the end of the day, because... We drive by that house multiple times, and there's like no cars in the driveway, and the windows are always closed. Like there's shades always covering up the windows and shit. It's wild, dude.
That's interesting.
I genuinely think the government bought back that house at the end of the day, and they're just holding on to it, man. It's wild. It goes from ghost stories, supernatural, to the government
Conspiracy.
To conspiracy.
Cool.
I think that's the ultimate trail of thought.
They're
when it
making
comes
ghosts
to talking
in there.
about the supernatural. I think they're making ghosts, dude. I think
They got a goat. They got
ghosts.
like the opposite of Luigi's Mansion Suck-O-Matic 5000.
They got the Suck-O-Matic 5000.
They got the Blow-O-Matic 5000. It blows out ghosts.
Facts. So yeah, that's my little tale on my grandma's house in Oyster Bay, Long Island.
It's a good story.
If anyone ever wants to hear about that, which no one
It's a good
does.
story. Wow.
So yeah, any other supernatural ghost stories that anyone has? Diaz, I remember you saying you had some shit.
Yeah, I got a couple creepy ones from obviously because I was there. I kind of always had the thought of it. But alright, so a couple. I'll tell like two. Last year when I used to work at Macy's, you two know, but whoever's gonna listen, I worked at Macy's shoes.
Backstory.
So we had a stock room, multiple rows or columns, aisles of shoes, and these, I guess, aisles went up maybe like 11 feet of different bins containing different shoe brands, whatever sizes. And in the morning, when you open up, usually you'd open up by yourself. And I was there in the morning by myself. No expediter had come in yet. So it was just me managing the front. I was in the back getting a pair of shoes. And other people that have worked there have kind of talked about how like they hear stuff, like just stuff falls over, and like they have like that kind of sense that you see somebody in the corner of your eye.
Seriously?
Or if you turn like the corner of the aisle and you see something all the way at the end. Because like the way the lights worked, they were on the ceiling, but at some points it kind of dimmed. And it's eerie looking down like 5 different... Alright, so say like you're at one end of the stock room and you're looking through all the aisles, through each box and all the bins. So your eyes kind of like play tricks on you almost. But at the same time, you kind of feel like, like you're not alone. And I definitely felt that there.
That's fucking terrifying.
That sounds
That's
like
spooky as shit,
like I'd
dude.
be like, I'm not feeling this right now.
Oh, actually, alright, yeah, so one morning when I was opening up by myself, I was getting a shoe for a customer. It was like early morning. Like we opened up at 10, but nobody usually comes in at 10, so like 1 or 2 people. So that one person wants a fucking shoe. I'm looking to go get it. It was actually a bin towards the like far end of the stockroom. I'm walking back, and I just so the bins, they made a specific noise because they were like light metal. So it was like a light smack, and I've heard it before because I've dropped boxes on like these metals on that hold the shoes, and I heard the ping. And so I'm looking, like I'm thinking maybe a shoebox on the floor fell on the floor, because sometimes they just slide off, because sometimes those the people just throw the shoebox back into the bin, so it could have just slid off. And I saw nothing. So then I'm walking down like this aisle, and I'm just trying to figure out how this made that noise, because I did not walk down there yet, and I was just going to the back of the sock room to get this one shoebox. So that just kind of left me eerie feeling in that sock room. But
that's
like
actually kind of terrifying.
Like other times I've been back there, like I just feel like uncomfortable, like by myself, because like I know there's nobody else there, but then at the same time I feel like that whole like not like being watched kind of feeling, like not alone.
There's that feeling of
not a good
like
feeling.
you're not like you're alone, but it doesn't feel like it, and there's just this kind of unsettling feeling.
Exactly.
The sixth sense, I guess.
And like I said, because other people have also felt like that, and like other people like I was just a shoe salesman, so I had to be there at 9-10 in the morning. The expediters, which I had known that morning, but they have to be there like 8-7 in the morning by themselves. So when they say like they feel uncomfortable and they feel like they're seeing like things out of the corner of their eyes and everything,
it's something.
Yeah, I feel like there's something, and it could be possible. If you ask me if I believe in ghosts, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I'd say the same kind of thing where like I don't obviously there's no like hard proof, but I'd say it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. And
Well,
then
personally, as a strong Catholic, I feel like I mean there's the Catholic belief in angels, and you know alongside that, there's always the opposite side of the belief where not like the belief that angels don't exist, but the belief in demons and shit like that. You know, kind of stuff always it always resides in the back of your mind.
yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt anything that I don't have factual proof doesn't exist. You know.
Mm-hmm. Then
Yeah.
I have like one more I could tell.
Yeah, go ahead.
Two more maybe. We'll see.
Dive in, dude. I'd like to hear.
So before I met you guys, I lived in Melville for half a year because we were switching houses. It was like a apartment, kind of like, so they were buildings and like two apartments on top of each other. They had a garage, but these apartments were connected together, like 2 stories at most. And me and my brother shared a room. So my bed was next to like the door. So where the door was in the corner of the room, when it swung open, facing the rest of the room, my bed was like right there. So I literally if I rolled to my left, I would see the door. And one night, I remember like I was looking at it. I was just staring at the door because I just couldn't fall asleep or whatever. Just, middle school and me, and like it just opened for no reason.
Oh.
Just opened because it was shut. Because me and my brother always shut our doors so we could just like talk, goof around.
Yeah.
And my parents went to sleep, and we just keep goofing around, not going to sleep. So we knew it was shut. I knew it was shut, and it just opened.
It's menacing.
I don't know. It's not as eerie as the last one, but I know because like it was just really weird.
Yeah, no, I mean that's one of those stories where like even though it's not as scary as like when you're hearing it, it definitely I'm sure that one impacted you more than when you're at Sears, like just sitting there, you see the door open and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and then I'll tell this one more because this one is actually the creepiest one.
I like that shit.
Okay, so before I lived in Melville, when I lived in Seaford, we had... Oh, God. I'm remembering some details about this room. All right. So, my house, you walk in, huge living room to the right with the fireplace. To the left was a hallway with the bathroom, the 2 bedrooms. And before you turn that left to the hallway, right in front of you was the kitchen. Where the living room was, there was a staircase going upstairs. Now, upstairs was partially finished, like the basement. But when we were redoing my room, to sell the house, to repaint it or whatever, I had to move temporarily upstairs. So up the stairs from the living room and dining room, to the right was a bathroom. And the carpet was like this navy blue, light blue carpet. Not rug, but it was like a carpet. And then turned left and there were more rooms back. But right as you go up the stairs, there was a door. And that's where the guest room was. So you walk in, and the carpet gets like furry red for some reason. So we don't know why that carpet was like that, because it was just chosen by the previous owners or whatever, or when it was built. But the carpet was like tomato red and like furry. So this room, again, the previous owners, I guess I don't know what they did with it. You close the door behind you on the opposite side. So I guess that what you see on that door leaving the room to exit, they painted like skulls and stuff and like flames, and like that whole door had that theme to it. So that it wasn't creepy, but it kind of seemed like badass.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and that room was angled, like angled ceiling, because it was like towards the top of the house. So it had a weird shape to it. Carpet was red. It was a bigger room actually. So I was staying up there, obviously. And at the time, I must have been like 11, 12 years old. So I was like, I guess afraid of the dark at that time. So going downstairs to get like water or something, or just exiting that room to use the bathroom, big deal for me. And I slept with the light on upstairs because I was, I guess, scared. And I remember that because when I was trying to sleep that one night, I was sleeping on my stomach, left side of the bed, because it was a guest bed, so it was a queen's bed. left side of the bed, the lamp on that table right there on. I'm sleeping on my stomach with my covers over me, and I just hear these voices. They are talking faintly.
What the fuck, yo?
I hear it. These voices. I don't know what they said. It was not, I guess, not audible, but like you didn't understand what they were saying. My parents were downstairs sleeping. I was upstairs, doors were closed. Light was on, by the way. The light is on, and I'm just like slowly inching under my covers because I'm like terrified. And I don't remember when I probably fell asleep just trying to.
It's a safe option.
Exactly. It prevents you from seeing.
It prevents you from seeing or being attacked by ghosts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you just heard fucking random ass creepy fucking voices.
Yeah. With the lights on. In that room upstairs.
Time out. Wait, the lights turned on by themselves?
No, I had them on because I was scared. Before, like, as I went to bed, like, I was like, I don't know, just because like my paranoia, I guess, just 12-year-old me sleeping with the lights on and like, you know, not my normal room. So, and I was up there alone because my brother stayed on the couch in the living room.
Okay.
So I was up there by myself and just trying to sleep with the lights on because I was nervous of that room. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking terrifying. I don't like that.
That house was like, I like that house better, the layout, but that one thing upstairs, that room upstairs I didn't like. The basement was unfinished. When you go up the stairs, you made that left to like the other rooms. Those were all like unfinished. So like, I don't know.
That always gives it an extra spooky feel to it.
Yeah.
Well, Diaz, it's fair to say that you lived in a fucking haunted house.
I hope not.
For his own sake, we'll say it wasn't.
Yeah. I know this house for sure is good because I feel like my dog would pick up at something at least. And actually, no. One morning, 2 summers ago, I was home alone for a week. My mom was in Mexico. My brother and my dad were at summer camp for Boy Scouts. 2 in the morning, I'm watching Family Guy or South Park or some shit in the living room. AC on, doors are closed, everything's closed. I heard knocking at the front door at 2 in the morning. I've told this to people before. I don't know if I told you guys.
Knocking at 2 in
the morning.
I've never heard this story.
And my dog starts barking and yelling at the door. And I know at that point, like, not to open it because it's 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So
in the morning.
I'm like not going near the blinds. I'm letting my dog go off. And my grandma's downstairs too. So
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have to worry about her. But
dude, there's this one fucking creepy story that I always remember, and it's like I don't go on Reddit often. I don't really check any of that kind of shit. And there's one story on the it was like creepy stories, supernatural, whatever subreddits.
Was it the No Sleep subreddit?
Yeah, probably. And it was about fuck off. And it was about some house that was it's like Native Americans living on a reservation, and the grandmother always told this kid the story to never open the doors at night if you hear knocking, because it's evil fucking spirits.
Like skinwalkers.
Yeah, like skinwalkers, some dumb shit like that.
Shapeshifters.
And fucking at one point in the dad's life, the dad of this kid had opened the door when he heard knocking in the middle of the night, and I'm pretty sure his mother was killed during that night.
Damn.
And the voices, there's like voices in the middle of the night that try and fucking lure you to open the door, and they're voices of people that you've lost. And there's always some giant fucking snowstorm that's going on outside when you would hear these voices, so that anyone who goes out gets lost in the night and never comes back. And you hear the voices of those people that you've lost always try and come back and lure you into the snowstorm as well. So the fucking dude, and he doesn't end up opening the door, but his dad ended up opening the door, and I'm pretty sure someone in his house fucking died that night. And it's some creepy ass goddamn story. And the delivery is scary. The delivery is way fucking better than I did, but that story itself is like, it's the only story I've ever read that's really fucking janked me out on that website. And I will not continue to read those subreddits because of that.
See, I like reading spooky stories.
It's terrifying. I like ones that are well put together. Don't get me wrong, but I like it in a way that keeps me up for like a fucking month.
Well, that's a little bit of the fun of it when you find a story that's actually really creepy and like actually chilling.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
Because this is a problem I had with the No Sleep subreddit. It like obviously as it's gotten bigger over the years, because I think it was a default subreddit for a while, and it kind of took like a big downturn in quality, which that kind of sucks because like it's just kind of the low effort like actually I was the killer the whole time kind of stories.
Yeah, some dumb
it's
shit
really
like
dumb.
that.
It's really dumb, but every once in a while there's some spooky stories there still. Like sometimes on my commutes to and from school, I check that out sometimes. It's a good time.
I fuck with it. If there's like really good scary stories that people find and shit, I'm always willing to check that stuff out. So I mean, any subs listening, whatever, if you got scary stories, link that shit.
Spooky stories?
If you got
Tell
stories
us.
of supernatural shit, yeah, honestly, tell us. I mean, join the Discord, check it out. Tell us your stories and shit. We'd love to actually read that and hear about it. It's super cool.
I guess if there's anything else that you guys want to comment to, like any little points you want to point out that we missed or something.
Stuff that
Or
we
your
missed.
own-
I don't.
Your own
I mean-
opinion of Adam.
My own opinion of Adam, though. Oh, Adam ruins everything. No, I've said my piece. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Just to put a little nice touch on the end of this, I have a somewhat wholesome ghost story.
I'd like to hear some ghost stories.
He served you water.
So, yeah, it is weird. It's kind of interesting. About 6 years ago, my grandmother passed away, and about a month after that, I was just kind of sitting in my room, going to sleep, and just kind of sad, just the normal,
Yeah. the normal
just kind of
grieving process.
processing all that stuff. I was sitting there, and I kind of thought in my head, like, just like if you're there, give me a sign. And at that time, I had a computer on my desk across from my bed, like on the opposite side of the room, and the screen flashed on, like right after that, and I was like, oh, all right.
That's fucking.
And
That's cool.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure if it was, obviously I can't really say, oh, well, that's definitely that. But because
it's
it was like a touch screen too. So like maybe something, maybe like there was like a vibration or something and it like caused it. But that was a little nice thing. I just kind of sat there for a little while, felt like comfort almost.
My cousin.
Yeah.
I mean, when my grandpa Fogarty on my dad's side, when he passed away, it was like he was having heart problems for a really long time, and actually I have the heart condition that he had as well, so it's a genetic thing, but this isn't what he particularly died from. He was seeing a cardiologist as well as doctors from some hospital. I forget. I don't think it was LIJ, but I forgot the hospital. But the point is, the specific doctor that was taking care of him for a really long time in the specific hospice care unit, my cousin Emmett, when he was just walking randomly, like a month later, he found a business card of the exact doctor that was working with my grandpa, just kind of fucking flowing along in the wind.
Paranoia.
Those paranoia shivers. I feel it.
Talking about paranoia, I get paranoid like on the water, like the sea.
The sea is fucking scary.
Like, real talk. Like, hold up.
Yes.
I love being in the water in oceans, but
That
say
shit's scary.
you're in San Francisco, you're hanging in the water, and then there's an earthquake. You just get sucked in.
Yeah,
It's the
you'd
end
be
of
fucked.
it. Yeah,
You'd be fucked.
it's the end.
Well,
That's
that's not a happy note to end
This
on.
is the least happy thing
That's the
possible.
least happy note. Well,
Is that where we're
Let's,
coming in with that?
That's definitely going to be on there. But let's end it on a happy light of this has been our first podcast, and I've personally really enjoyed it.
This was a lot of fun.
I've been super happy to do it. I think all of us here have been really happy to get the chance to be able to do this and have viewers that particularly enjoyed listening to this stuff from us. Like I think it's been a pretty cool YouTube journey overall so far.
Yeah.
And I hope that shit like this can continue to, I don't know, entertain people at the very least, you know?
Yeah. I agree. I mean that's the whole point. It's for fun, to help people, give them entertainment.
Yeah, that's
just something to listen to.
That's all we can offer at the end of the day, you know? I mean, except for philosophical help. That's also cool, I guess.
And politics.
But I'm not gonna
talk about politics.
Yeah, and politics.
Politics is for cowards.
That's for cowards.
If you like hearing jokes about dead people, come here. Listen to this podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or JoJo.
Subscribe to this channel. And JoJo's.
Subscribe if you like. If you like this podcast, subscribe to the channel. Come to our Discord and shit talk us. That's
tell us we suck. Buy vials of Matt's spit.
Maybe you want a vial of my spit. Yeah. Maybe you want a vial of my spit. Come join the Discord for that.
If you want a custom Mac Miller emblem,
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Asshole.
Oh, Diaz.
Oh, you.
Making fun of deaf people.
Respect for the Dead podcast 2018.